Hello everyone, welcome once again to Scorpion Cigar Reviews. Today I will be reviewing the St. Louis Rey. Look at that, light went out. Excuse me. Try this again. Today I'll be reviewing the St. Louis Rey Reserva Especial. Okay, this is a 5x54 Rothschild, as they call it, which is basically a Robusto-sized cigar. This was gifted to me by my friend Victor Esposito. Thank you very much, my friend. Plenty of labeling on this cigar. Actually, 2 bands. Takes up a good chunk of it. I'll be removing the main band instantly so I can smoke this. And then the shoulder band I'll leave on until I get closer to do it on the burn line. But anyway, nice looking cigar. It's Maduro colored, and I do list these as coming in their regular line as well as the Maduro wrapped. And this is a Nicaraguan Habano wrapper with Nicaraguan and Honduran fillers. However, I don't know what the binders are. And it is made in Honduras. At one time these cigars were made in Cuba, then they started making them in the Dominican Republic, and now they're made in Honduras. Anyway, the cigar has a pretty good weight to it. Nice, nice spongy pack. Not at all crisp like some cigars I've had where you can feel them just breaking underneath the pressure of your fingers, but this has just the right amount of give, right amount of sponginess or rubberiness or whatever you want to call it. Some basic tobacco notes on the nose of the wrapper leaf. Foot has some cocoa, some bread dough, some nondescript kitchen spices. Subtle hint of cedar, maybe some leather and a little bit of mineral, maybe. That cocoa and bread dough is pretty dominant. Alright, so tonight I will be using a punch cutter. The beauties of living in the city. Fire truck or ambulance or police car every 10 minutes. Anyway, pre-light draw, some leather. Mostly leather, good saddle leather, maybe a little bit of boot leather. Subtle hints of cedar. Maybe a little salty sea air. But leather is the big news in this. Alright, and as most of you know by now, I'm a big fan of leather and cedar and that kind of thing. That's something I really look for in cigars. This is my quad flame torch lighter. Good draw, lots of smoke output. Lots of pepper. Lots of pepper. All right. I'll continue on. I'll come back somewhere in the first third. See you in a bit. All right, so here we are, just about 15 minutes in. I've got a good solid inch, a little bit more worth of ash. A little bit uneven, not too bad, just a little dip in it right there. Not too bad, although it does look like it might be a little bit loose, and we have just a little flick off it came. Okay, no problem. Lots of smoke output on this cigar. Great draw, perfect draw. Picking up a little bit of like a mineral note. And there's something else there. At first I thought maybe it was cedar, and I thought, no, it's not cedar. There's something else. Can't quite pinpoint it. There's a little bit of a dry cedar on the rear of the palate. Very subtle, very mild, short on the finish. Very pleasant. There's still something else there. I can't quite put my finger on it. Okay, well, I'm going to continue smoking this, and I'm going to come back somewhere in the second third. See you in a bit. Alright, so here we are just about 30 minutes in. Haven't had to do any touch-ups or any relights, and you can see the burn is still going uneven, but as I mentioned, haven't had to touch it up at all. We'll mention that the cigar is getting quite warm, but I have been taking more frequent draws than what I normally do. Get that little tap, off it came. Now the reason I've been taking more frequent draws than I normally do because I'm trying to discover, determine, decipher, whatever you want to call it. There's this flavor that I'm picking up, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I did pick up some subtle leather notes, and then something reminiscent of rosemary, maybe a little bit of thyme, something along those lines. Kind of a cross between rosemary and thyme, not necessarily one or the other, but kind of a in between. Real subtle, short on the finish, very pleasant. Now it's gone. But that's okay. I like when there's changes. There it is. It's back. Now, just now I thought maybe it was more along the lines of a basil or something like that. With that in mind, I did have goat cheese, basil, and spinach pizza for dinner earlier, so maybe I've still got the memory of that on the palate. That would account for the basil note that I thought I picked up, but not the rosemary thyme combination, because I didn't have that on the pizza. Definitely a subtle mineral note, mild pepper. Nothing's at all overbearing or in your face, or nothing real up front or forward. Smooth, well balanced cigar. Well made. A little bit of nuttiness just now kicked in. A little bit of honey sweetness too. Very pleasant, very nice, unexpected changes, and I love that. I love that in a cigar, when something comes forward that I was not at all expecting. those are the nice surprises. Surprises I don't like are off flavors that I wasn't expecting, whether it be tar or that flint, a strong, harsh flint character. I don't like that. I'm not getting any of that with this. These are all very subtle, very pleasant flavors that are coming through. Very nice indeed. All right, I'm going to continue on and come back somewhere in the final third. See you in a bit. Now I am pairing tonight's cigar with a Chaos Mountain Mad Hopper. This is a local microbrew on top of the mountain here. This is a very hoppy beer. It's an India Pale Ale. Now I do drink this beer quite often. It's one of my favorites. It's a staple in my refrigerator. And I find that the very hoppy beers, particularly the Mad Hopper from Chaos Mountain, goes really... There's a plug for you, Chaos Mountain. All right. Freebie for you. Anyway, I'm an idiot. Anyway, I find that this beer goes really well with most cigars. There's only been... I can probably count on one finger how many cigars didn't go well with this particular brew. So yeah, this is it's almost neutral when it comes to cigars. It cleanses the palate with every chug, probably because of the bitterness of the hops, much like a lemon water would cleanse the palate. While it does leave that bitter aftertaste all over the palate, and particularly on the rear of the palate, I find that it helps to bring forward the flavors of the cigar, as opposed to, you know, some things overpower the cigar, or sometimes just the various flavors of the cigar will kind of get hung up on the palate and makes it difficult to decipher other flavors coming in as there's various changes as you progress through the cigar. So anyway, there you have it. Great beer. If you're in the Southwest Virginia area, I highly recommend visiting Chaos Mountain, and or in the local stores where they sell it. I'm not sure how far their reach is across the country, but if you happen to see a Chaos Mountain Mad Hopper, I highly recommend it. It's about I think it's about $9 or $10 for a 6-pack, something like that. Maybe $8 if you go to Sam's Club, and it's like $9 or $10 in the stores. But there you have it. All right, let's get back to cigar review. Here we are, just about 45 minutes in. This is a really nice cigar. It's well balanced. Picking up, once again, that dry cedar note. Subtle, short on the finish, but it's definitely there. The mineral note is there. And if you really look for it, there's that kind of honey sweetness kind of lingering in the background. Real nice, real pleasant cigar. I'm really enjoying this. The more I think about it, the more I like this cigar. It's about $9, I believe. You can pick up a 5-pack for $44, $45, something like that. So yeah, this is maybe on the higher end of a daily smoke, but certainly not unreachable for the average cigar smoker. And I probably wouldn't smoke this while I'm changing the oil in the car or mowing the lawn or anything like that. This is a cigar that you need to sit down and take your time with and really experience it to enjoy it. Otherwise, some of these flavors might just go right on by you. Very nice cigar. All right, I'm going to continue smoking this, and I'll come back in the nub with my final thoughts. See you in a bit. All right, here we are in the nub. I've been smoking this for not quite an hour. Needs a little bit of a touch up here. I tapped off the ash and I've been having trouble getting it to draw properly, kind of thin smoke. Not a whole lot of flavor. Give a little touch up here. Much better. Once again, I'm getting that kind of rosemary / thyme combo. There's a mild, real subtle kind of dry cedar on the rear of the palate. Very subtle peppery note, very subtle, which is fine with me. I like some pepper, but I'm not one of these people that, you know, that's what they really look for in a cigar, is that big, bold, in-your-face punch of pepper. That's not my style. Small quantities, yeah, great. You don't get that from this, which for me, I love. To sum this cigar up, yeah, well balanced, well constructed cigar, great smoke output, great draw, lots of nice flavor changes. Everything's been very subtle, kind of short-lived, real pleasant. Get the occasional mineral note, a little bit of dry cedar, that rosemary thyme combination. From time to time you pick up some sweet honey, but not sweet like some of these sweetened cigars or flavored cigars, or, you know, sweetened tip or anything like that. No, it's just, it's in the smoke. It's very subtle, and you kind of have to look for it, but it's there. And it's short on the finish, so it doesn't overpower the cigar. It doesn't make it sweet. It just it's just another aspect of the smoking of the cigar, and it's great. I love it. Would I recommend the cigar to? At about $9? Maybe not a novice. Maybe it's a little pricey for someone that's just starting off getting into smoking cigars, especially when they take into account that the flavors are subtle, short-lived, almost not hidden, but they're not up front and in your face, and you have to look for them. You have to take your time with the cigar. You have to know how to appreciate what a cigar has to offer. So an experienced cigar smoker would probably really love this, unless you're one of those cigar smokers that the only thing you look for is that punch of pepper right in the face. You're not going to get that. If you enjoy various nuances and subtle changes and that kind of thing, yeah, great cigar. And the price point for someone like that, spot on. Real happy with the cigar. Thank you, Victor Esposito, for sending this cigar in for review. Thank you for once again watching Scorpion Cigar Reviews. I'll catch you next time. Alright, so here it is. I've tallied up my scoring sheet. Ready for this? This was kind of a surprise to me, although I was very happy with the cigar. I didn't quite expect this high of a score, but once again, the numbers don't lie. I've made no adjustments. There hasn't been any kind of burn issues or draw issues or off flavors or anything that would cause me to make any kind of adjustments, and at the same time there hasn't been anything that was so outstanding or so surprising that I felt I needed to increase the score either. I went strictly on individual category scores. You ready? 95.5 points. St. Louis Rey Reserva Especial Rothschild. Great smoke. There it is. Thanks for watching.